Ready.
Okay, now this is the loop line here. This end will attach to the analyzer. There's a gauge on there, so you set the gauge to about 20 psi, and then you'll connect up that line with the 3/8 inch tubing to the analyzer.
Got it.
So basically what you do is you open the valve up, you set it to 20 psi, and the analyzer should be ready to go. There's a leak detector next to it, that one with the hockey puck, the white hockey puck. That one. And there's one over on the other side here. And this one. If those get wet, you will isolate the water at this valve. And it will make a loud chirping noise at this box. If it does that, dry the puck off of water and tell this thing to open. You see there's an open right there, a close, and a mute. You can mute it if you want, but just tell it to open, and it will clear the alarm and it'll let water to the water system. Okay?
All right.
Now, this is the shutoff valve for the feed line. It's white. This goes to the valve too. If you have any leaks or whatever you see, you can shut this off at this valve right here. Just lift it up and shut off. Now this loop here will have about 1.5 bar on it, and I added another valve here so you can dispense water
Okay.
to fill what you need. These are the drain lines. You have 3 drain lines coming from the system. You have the RO rinse, and you have the EDI rinse, and you have a tank drain. Those 3 lines go into the drain.
Is it important to know which is which? Like, should we
No,
label
unless-
them or not?
No, it is not really not. Unless you're doing maintenance on it and you have to check flows and so forth, then you can just track it back and you know.
Okay.
It's pretty straightforward. Okay, so far so good here.
Yep.
This line here is for your emergency bypass. What you do is if the system does go down, you power down the system, you plug this into the wall, you'll get a red light, you'll plug the feed line into the other port back here. There's another port back here, you plug this line into this line, and you'll get pressure on the feed line going to the analyzer. And then you open the valve up here in the drain, let it flush, and that light will turn green. And then your analyzer will be ready to have water sent to it.
Okay.
And once that light turns red, you can have to shut the water off, and you're going to have to change this filter.
Okay.
Alright, so hopefully you'll never have to use it.
Yeah.
This
Definitely.
is a quick reference guide,
Awesome.
how to use the system. Pretty straightforward. Come to the screen here, this is the main operation screen here. You have 3 sections. You have the tank filling, you have your storage, and your distribution. Right now the distribution is running at 15 meg and it's circulating. If you wanted to put it in standby, you can put it in standby.
What reasons would we have to put it in standby?
If you're changing your filters,
Okay.
doing any maintenance on it, you're going to have to put it in standby.
Okay.
Now you can change your filters on it. If you went to flip the air over, and you went to, there's a couple of different screens here. So if you look at your view and you look at your tools, let's look at the little tool icon, and you go to your consumables, and it will show you how to change your filters. It'll step you through on how to change. So you'll change your vent filter, your Q guard, your OptiCap on this page here. So I mean, it's so if you need to change your filter, once it's in standby, it will be the Q guard is in standby. The ProGuard is part of the makeup system, and right now the water's running through that, filling the tank. But if you want to change your distribution while it's filling tank, you can do that. So now is when you can take off your filter and replace the filter, or replace your OptiCap filter. And then put it back into distribution. 3 lines here. Put the 3 lines. You have an X and you have a check mark. Hit the check mark. And it starts your distribution. You can see the pump kicked in here. The resistivity at 15 meg, your temperature's at 12. The tank is at 53 liters, so it's about half full. Your makeup side right now is alarming because it's a new install and the EDI resistivity is too low, so it's going to alarm. But once this gets past 1 meg, it will stop alarming. So if you want to put the makeup side into standby, you click the 3 lines, X and check mark, the check mark. Now it's in standby. Now if you're going to change your filters, this little blue line that goes around your filters, you can tell it's a new filter. As it depletes, this little blue line will start to decrease back, and then it will alarm to tell you to replace the filter. Click the arrow over. You got the tools, click the tools, and your consumables, and that's where you'll select which filter to change, and it will step you through on how to change it. If you're going to run a sanitization, a chlorine sanitization, I didn't see any sanitization tablets. I'll have to have sales order some, have some sent to you. So we're going to do sanitization, a chlorine clean. CL2 clean, you'd select CL2 clean, and then you would step through the procedure on doing the CL2 clean, but you would be using this guy here. This is where you put your tablets in the bottom down here. 2 tablets go in the bottom. And it will tell you exactly how to do it. It will replace the ProGuard, and it will run the water through this, through the tablets, and through the RO membrane and do the cleaning. You okay with it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? You sure?
Yes.
It's
Well,
not
I
that-
have
it's not
questions,
that
but I'm
difficult.
holding.
Okay, all right, okay. Okay. That's for a chlorine clean on the system. So basically, you go to the chlorine section, CL2, tell it's right now selected RO membrane cleaning, hit the arrow over, and it will tell you exactly how to do it.
Okay.
Go back. If you need to put in service mode, you're not going to be put in service mode. Consumables, you know how to change the consumables now. And the cleaning, you know how to run a chlorine clean. Then when you want to put the makeup side back into production, again, hit the arrows, start. And now it's starting to make the water to fill the tank. This is an ESP valve. This is the kit that you use to do your bacteria sampling. There are instructions on how to clean the valve and take the sample.
Okay.
And that valve is this valve right here with the red cap. Remove the red cap, turn this thing, and water will dispense out. And I'll tell you exactly how to clean this thing and take the sample. So it's making water, your tank is filling, and your distribution is running at 15 meg. It is alarming, so you can click the alarm page. The resistivity is low, we know that because it's a new install. Check ASM, that is a problem I have right now and I'll have to fix that when I
Okay.
get some parts ordered. It's either the lamp or it's the board back here. And
Okay.
it's currently on order, so I don't want this okay.
Okay.
Okay. If you change your Opti cap, again, you can put this in standby. And then you'll let your arrow over. You go in your maintenance, consumables, and you'll check your, what is the OptiCap? OptiCap. And you click OptiCap, and now it shows you the picture of the OptiCap, and you put the new OptiCap in place. And when you first start this thing, you have to let some air out of it, because that's what the air vent is here for. It's a quarter turn. Pull it out, turn it. And when it starts running, you'll see the bubbles come through. Just let that air out of it.
Okay.
Okay. Same thing when you change the Q guard. The Q guard's going to have air in it too. When you change your Q guard, you're going to have to let the air out of the OptiCap. It's going to come through the Q guard first, and it's going to go through the OptiCap. It's going to collect air in this OptiCap, so you have to open that vent up and let the air out. You can put a little tube on it if you like, and then it'll let the air into it, some kind of a bucket. And then back to operate once your filters are changed. And again, you can see the filters have just been replaced. You'll have the blue circles around them. The last filter is a tank filter. This gets changed out once a year. It's this filter here. Just remove the filter, it just twists off. You can remove the filter and put the new filter on. It's the same way in the consumables, just tell it that you put the new filter on. What else can we talk about here? Drain lines, supply lines, maintenance. You have any questions on this one?
What back here do you think it's worthwhile for us to label, or is it, I mean, I see this as labeled return loop.
Yeah, you see that the feed's labeled, the loop,
Yeah.
they're labeled here. This is for your emergency pipe. It's pretty, plug that in.
Okay.
I mean, it looks, you got
Just
your
things that
power.
other customers may have done that's been helpful, because we usually have to end up labeling our everything, our analyzers, our water,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious.
No, I
what
don't
your
know. Unless you
thoughts
see
are.
something that really looks like it needs to be labeled. I mean, it's.
I haven't yet, actually, but
Yeah.
yeah, maybe a couple
Yeah.
things, but. And then another question. So, in terms of daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, is all of that or some of that stored in here? And
Yeah.
then where are all of the
So
outlined
if-
recommendations?
So if you want to take your daily readings on the system, I can send you a form. You can fill it out daily with all your readings.
Is that recommended? That's typically
Yes,
what
some-
customers do?
Yes, some do.
Okay.
And if you can, there's a couple different areas in here. You go to schematic, you can do it there. And then on that spreadsheet, I'll send it to you, I guess, or someone here.
Yeah.
They will have these numbers. They'll have like feed conductivity, 372.
Okay.
They'll have permanent conductivity you record is 3.6 microsiemens.
And you'll have like the thresholds on there so we know.
Yeah, well, there's
You
not
know.
really. This will alarm if it goes outside of a range. It will alarm.
Okay.
This is just for you to write down these numbers and know that you can track them throughout the months. If it starts to drift higher, you know that
Yeah.
geez, the aero membrane is starting to go out.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
So there'll be, let's see, our membrane pressure won't be on it. Maybe Elix resistivity will be on it. See, where's 0.4 right now. So there'll be a couple readings. You can just get off the screen and just document it every day
Okay.
on the spreadsheet.
Okay.
Okay.
And then in terms of the parts, consumables and parts, what do we need to have on hand and who orders it? You may not know that part, I don't know.
Well, you can call up and have it ordered. The part number for this filter is right here, QGuard TXL04. The part number for this will be on this guy, and the part number will be on this, and the same with this one will have a part number on it.
Okay. I'll just have to ask and see who's
Yeah.
who's in
Now
charge
you
of
do
paying
have
and ordering
you do
and
have
stuff.
you have one. Let's see, what is this? This is a QGuard. You have one spare QGuard, and you have one spare ProGuard.
Okay.
And I don't
Alright.
see any. You do not have a spare OptiCap, so you're gonna want to have a spare OptiCap for this one.
Okay. All right. Okay. I think I'll just start with figuring those things out, and then I may have
Yeah.
more questions later.
Sure. Oh, absolutely. I have to come back and fix this problem anyway
Yeah. Okay.
with the board and the lamp.
Okay,
Right,
sounds
this
good.
year. Something is not working.